Okay, I have to say this on the election. One, from a marketer standpoint, not on political, not Republican, Democrat factor, but we have to look at times have changed where we had the greatest marketer ever in history to reach the presidency. And he went against two strong ladies, Hillary Clinton and now Kamala Harris. Kamala, I'm still learning about her and everything. I don't want to go just on color, but the mere fact that a lady is being considered just as Hillary Clinton and Kamala Harris, I commend them as ladies stepping to the plate and reaching the level that they have reached. Now, as a country in America, how we proceed forward, it's not about political party, it's about all Americans. We have a lot of different factors to consider post-pandemic season, as well as the mental health of society, the economy, the international aspect globally. One, with the 250th birthday of America coming up. Whomever wins, politics was before that everyone had the freedom of whichever political party they wanted to be with. We took it to a level of bullying and going after people on just making comments. Now, the independent candidates, I would like to commend them. Jill Stein, Cornel West, Robert Kennedy Jr., they started campaigning early. Now, in my opinion, I feel that we do need an independent candidate so that way there would be a bipartisanship. But in the majority factor, it's Democrats and Republicans, and whoever wins is still historical. But in how we move forward, if we're telling children not to bully, listen to the context in blogs, in media, and all that factor that are having an impact on multiple generations. The ageism infuriated me because we all get older and everyone ages differently. The mere fact we're supposed to be equality and the freedom of equality. So whether it's a woman or a man in there, it's equality because then when you're raising a family or producing a child, it's equality. It's not just on the woman, it's not just on the man. You both produce the child. And as this country, it was produced by men and women. So however we proceed forward, it's going to tell. But the ideology, everybody has their different ideologies, and there's a lot of things that were unfair on both perspectives. And I'm going to say it. There were George Jeffersons and Archie Bunkers throughout all of America. So it's not just one sided, but we're a melting pot of multiple cultures and multiple nationalities that it set a pattern that the majority, a lot of people want to come to America for what they see on entertainment and movies and television, on radios and fashion, in every aspect of it. How we proceed and how we navigate through it is what is important. In showing your love for America. America's 250th birthday, one of the youngest countries, is in 2026. That also coincides with the FIFA Cup in regards to the immigration or whatever. But for as many people that have lost their jobs, families that aren't able to survive, the inflations, and not just families, individuals, whether they have children or don't have children, the working class that has gotten overlooked. All these factors play a major part in what is going to be the future. We've already seen what happened in 1917, 1912 to 1945. But how do we move forward into the future on what's going to be able to help? In my honest opinion, I don't have a problem with a woman going into office. And I was upset, very upset, that a candidate is on. We're in 2024, not the 1960s. That's still a family man to be an assassination attempt. And even with a woman going into that, if they're choosing to run for these offices, then let them run. I still don't agree with the campaign fundraising, but I don't know that perspective of why it's done, because then when I looked, there was election grants, but maybe there's a side that I don't know. But we've got to move forward as humans, because we got the domestic, international, intergalactic era coming. So things as we know it have changed. Certain things that you didn't hear in the news have changed. And on the topic of the Roe versus Wade, it's not fair to ask men on that, because a man does not have a say. Yes, it is your body. Now, once the embryo machine gets finished being created, then we men have a say on that topic, because then we have the choice of if we want to have our child or not, and putting the legislation and documentation to be able to do that. But on the equality for all future generations, it's time for everybody to step up to the plate. That's my point of view on it. You decide what works for you, because it's 8 billion humans on this planet Earth with 8 billion different ideologies and outlooks. And everyone's outlook is important. And becoming to a point of neutrality is vital. Even if you don't agree with someone, listen. You might learn something from that, and research, and then make your determination. To whomever wins in November, I understand propaganda, but whomever wins, it shouldn't impact on each of the levels of that. And when we look at 2016, ladies, this is for you. Some ladies didn't feel that a woman could be in power. Men didn't have a problem with it, because men either have mothers, sisters, daughters, nieces. Women had a problem with it. Men never had a problem with it. And then with some of the issues that children have to endure, and now going to the school year, we've had the youngest ever in history during a pandemic to attack a teacher without proper training. And now it's not just charging the child, it's charging the parents. And now we have to look at our judicial system and our penal system on that factor. Are we rehabilitating, or are we just sitting up there just placing people away and not correcting the problem and seeing how we can fix it? I ain't running for office, so don't write me on the ballot. But these are things to think about. And I understand political, presidential propaganda and all the other stuff and sensationalism. Trust me, I understand. I've been passionate about elections since I was 5 years old. And it was because whomever political party, it's not just the president. You have Senate and Congress representatives, the House of Representatives, our Supreme Court, that play a part in every factor. So don't let it all just fall on the presidents, because they are still human and they have others that decide in it. So it's not a dictatorship and all this other stuff. It's looking at the reality and seeing what is feasible. Hope everyone has a great day. And November is going to tell. But navigate the presidential election propaganda carefully. Do focus groups. Not on just one age, just 12 generations. And each generation confronted different issues. To have an understanding how it's impacting each generation, from the seniors down to the children. from the baby boomers to the alpha generation. This is what has to be considered in the whole factor, because every era has a different dynamic with the way that was paved and the different things that have been overcome. How do we infuse that? And whatever is your personal choice, whether you're Democrat, Republican, independent, non-party affiliated, it's about a country and the global impact of human existence. Let's move forward. Let's be aware. And people, please do research. See what people were doing before they ran for office. See what they were doing after they won elections. If they weren't doing their job and they only came around as in my era or the shows I used to watch, the Alderman Davis that only come around during elections, I don't support those candidates, and I don't care what political party they are. The ones that actually know what is required for the job and being the spokesperson of a country is what is important in the totality of seeing it in neutrality, to hear each person's perspective, because you only live once and your impact is in history. With all this technology, everything that every human, all 8 billion does, is solidified in history forever. It doesn't change. And it's getting every perspective simultaneously at the same time. It can't be changed. Artificial intelligence can't change it. This is domestic, international, intergalactic, artificial intelligence, humanoid robots. All these factors, humanoid robots learn from the humans. 700 million years of humans. So are we going to do the same blueprint? Or are we going to evolve and show the importance of humans that even 30 trillion galaxies away is fascinated by how the humans, humanoid robots, artificial intelligence handled it? Not sensationalism, not propaganda. We're in a new era, a new hybrid era. We're all creating legacy and legacy right now. And how we proceed is important. Have a great day. And go about it. Your organic growth or how you process is important. It's not what I say or anybody else says. It's not what the media says or what people who are doing what artificial intelligence says. Do your own independent research and make your own individual decision on whatever choice you make, because you only live once. And that one decision impacts so many different lives. And 8 billion, 1.3 million are thinking the same way as you from statistics and from human existence. I hope all is well and that we prepare for this next school year and how one, with the family structure, individuals, and the various topics that we humans have. Humans, we're all humans, but we're all creating the future. And every individual perception or ideology is important. Take care. LiveacyLegacy, hybrid creative geniuses. This is your era. Live.